For more episodes of the Games4all podcast, check out our website, www.games4allpodcast.com.
You can also follow us at twitter.com/Games4all or check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Games4all podcast.
The Games4all podcast is brought to you in association with HostGator. For all your web host needs, check out hostgator.com. Hello and welcome to the Games4all podcast, episode 94. I'm your host Dan Young. With me as always are my good friends
James Craigie
and
Michelle Barry.
Hello and welcome to the show. What an action-packed, news-filled show we've got for you this week. Well, no, it is. It is.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
There's some good news and bad news.
I'm not bullshitting here.
No.
Okay, so another 6 episodes until we kind of end doing the weekly podcast.
Yeah.
We'll cease to be a podcast. We'll be kind of bloggers, I guess. I don't know. Whatever.
The Games4all blog.
Yeah. It's a long story. If you don't know about it, go back about 3 episodes, and I'm sure you'll find out all about that. But basically, we're ending the show at 100 episodes.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Well, not that we're ending it, but that we've got to 100 episodes.
Yeah.
That in itself is worthy of a yay.
Indeed. So, what have we been playing this week?
Yeah.
Who wants to start?
I think
Michelle will
Yeah,
start.
same old for me. I'm still playing Final Fantasy.
How's that going?
I've got towards the end. I've still got 3 chapters left.
Okay.
Yeah. So you're actually, I think you're getting towards the end of the tutorial section of the game.
Yeah.
And you're about
Because basically,
fuck
you
that.
don't have to do. Basically, you don't do any leveling up of weapons, and you don't really need to do anything until chapter 11. I've still got a chapter to go yet. So
Yeah, chapter 11 is when you get out of the small self-contained world and out into the big world, which is
Right.
all.
with 3 chapters to go.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
But yeah, it's going good. I got frustrated the other day. I was against Sid Reigns and I couldn't do it, so I kind of stopped. So yeah,
You always get that. I always find with JRPGs you get that one battle which is just impossible and causes extreme sort of nerd rage.
Many a controller.
well, I mean, you
Yeah.
you weren't in the flat at the time, so I was getting rather angry, and I think Windows opened me saying fuck every 5 minutes and then turning it off. So.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad I wasn't here.
Okay. So I'm guessing you've been playing Mass Effect 3, James. Can't really not talk about it, being
No.
as you fucking shoehorned in Mass Effect news for the last 3 months, easily every week.
Yeah.
With the news and stuff. So it's no secret you're a big BioWare whore, a Mass Effect fanboy, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, very eagerly anticipated game for you. What's the verdict?
Verdict is, well, awesome. But having said that, I'm going to reserve final judgment until I've completely completed the game to full completion.
That's a lot of
Because
completion.
yeah, because the general consensus online is the game is 99% perfect, and then it all kind of falls to shit in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I read some stuff that there's a petition out online
Yeah,
that people
yeah,
want
yeah.
them to change the ending or something.
Yeah,
Make it
yeah.
a little bit less depressing. Or some
Yeah,
shit.
it's a petition, and they're actually raising money for charity.
hell.
But yeah, they've raised 28 grand for this charity. A lot of people not liking the ending, but I'm reserving judgment till I get there. So far, it's been awesome. They've done so much to it. It's easily, at the moment, at this point in time, the best game of the series.
Okay.
They've made it a really sort of competent shooter, and everything's improved. I mean, graphically, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
But, it does overall look better. There are very few bugs and issues I've had on the 360 version, at least. I hear there's some serious slowdown and lag on the PS3 version.
Okay.
But, no, it's cool. Gameplay has improved, AI has improved, enemies, instead of doing that weird sort of running backwards and forwards and side to side thing so you can't target them, they now coordinate and they flank and they work together. All the different classes of enemies, they do that, and generally it can get pretty tough, and you can't stay still because you've seen me play third person games. You know what my style is. I kind of hang back behind the cover and do the covering fire and take things out from a distance. Yeah, you can't do that. They flush you out. So it really makes you think.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Cool. Well, so
I'm not going to go
I was
into
kind
more
of
of that.
hoping you'd like just let it all out, you know, so we don't have to listen to it next week. But I guess it's kind of
No, there's more coming.
yeah. Fuck's
I'm
sake.
pacing myself.
Okay, that's fair enough. Okay, what else?
I Am Alive.
Oh my god,
Did you play this?
I did.
What did you think? From that,
Okay, all right. Well, no, I want to hear what you think first, and then we'll kind of get to what I think.
I'm guessing you didn't like
let's
it.
just hear what
You see, I thought it was different. I kind of liked it for a downloadable game.
To me, it looked alright, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the most beautiful kitten in the box, but you know, it's got some interesting ideas in there. Nothing sort of revolutionary, but you know, I like the concept of it, and you know, it functions as gameplay. And it tries some different things like interacting with people and the fighting and everything. Like you see people with guns, and although you have weapons, it's sometimes best to just kind of walk away. And then sort of dealing with people and trying to not shoot people. Go
Okay.
on, Dan. What do you think?
Okay, here's my experience.
All right.
So this game, we've known about it for a while, and it was
Yeah.
going to be like a retail game, and now it's
Yeah.
downloadable, blah, blah, blah. Okay, obviously it doesn't look as good as you'd expect, because
No.
it's downloadable. They've got to scale things down a fair bit.
Yeah.
It has this kind of... I'm not a big fan of like the aesthetics of this game.
No?
I get what it's trying to do, but it's just so grey and murky, and they kind of... I think they put a lot of filters on to kind of disguise how shitty some of the graphics look.
Yeah.
Like there's that kind of weird sort of almost film grainy effect, and it looks fine. It's fine. It's a downloadable title. You've got to kind of keep that in mind. Yeah, I kind of got really bored playing this. I don't know why. It's like it reminded me like obviously there's a lot of climbing to do at the beginning. It just kind of felt very kind of slow and very droll and just sort of a bit boring. Like even when the guy was talking about stuff that they had in a monologue, it was kind of like all. Meh, 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 meh.
But I'm alive.
And it's like, yeah, okay, mate, let's go climb some shit. And it's like, and then you get the kind of, obviously, this is like, this is still produced by like Jade Raymond, yeah, some shit.
I think so, yeah.
So it's like it has that kind of Assassin's Creed kind of traversing stuff and climbing shit, and a little bit of that reminds me of Uncharted as well, which is it's kind of cool.
Yeah, I got an Uncharted vibe from it.
You know, but. And this is a little bit unfair of me to say this about the game, but my experience kind of sucked because, like, anytime, like, there's this at one point it was like, okay, you've got a gun, but you haven't got anything, no ammo. Fair enough. Threaten the dude, he'll back off. Happened, that worked. And then you're supposed to push him in a hole, right?
Yeah. I sort of kicked him down the hole.
I pressed the button to do that, to do this is Sparta and all that shit, but, it didn't do it. I kept tapping the fuck out of that thing, yeah? And then he killed me with a machete, and then it went to the load screen, and it was hanging on the load screen, and then it crashed altogether.
Really?
And I was like, do you know what? Fuck this. I'm not playing this. So, yeah.
Ouch.
Bit unfair, but my experience kind of sucked. And the fact that...
That's like the first enemy.
It has... We're sort of, but like... It has that tutorial bit that pisses me off to no end, because it's like... You've told me already what I have to do. I read it. I did it. Don't fucking tell me every fucking time I'm put in that same situation where I have to do the thing I just did. Don't keep fucking telling me to keep fucking tapping that button. You know what I mean? I get what stamina is. I get how it works in the game. Brilliant. Well done. There are some kind of cool things and sort of unique things about it. It was,
like the perils with climbing too high and
it's little things like that are going to be interesting about the game. I think overall it's going to be a bit boring. It is unfair. I didn't play as much of it as I should have, but after that, and my experience on time was just like, fuck this noise. I'm going to play something else.
Well, see, I didn't have any of that. That it sort of I kicked
It's
the
probably
dude down
it's
the hole.
probably just me, but like at that point when you can't tap a button and it doesn't fucking do what it's supposed to do.
I do remember I got him back up to the hole and I tapped it, nothing happened, so I made him back up a bit further and he stepped right up to the edge.
I did all that and it didn't do shit. So I mean, I don't know, maybe it was just a fucking problem with my Xbox, but Jesus Christ. Yeah, you know, I think that this has kind of been one of those titles that's been in the back of your mind for a while now, and it's kind of been floating about. You keep hearing little bits about it here and there. And we reported the fact that it was still in development and it was going to be Xbox Live downloadable title or whatever. And I just feel like, yeah, what was all the fuss about?
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's anything special. I think people buy it, people download it, people play it, and then think, yeah, okay, what else have I got to play now? I don't think people will go back to it. I don't think it's going to be memorable, which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah. I will say, I did quite enjoy it, and I would be interested in playing it, but I'm not going to pay 1,200 points for it. I'm going to wait for it to go on sale.
There's definitely people out there who will enjoy it, but I don't think it's for everybody.
No.
So, that's my verdict on it so far. I may try and play through it, I don't know, but the first impressions, especially with a demo or a trial or something, it's supposed to get you hooked into it, and so you buy it. And literally the first 5 minutes for me was just like, I've played this game before, several times before, so much better. Assassin's Creed's better than this, Uncharted's better than this.
You haven't really played much of Assassin's Creed, though. You played the first one.
Yeah, and I'm part of the second one, which is more than I played of this yet. But, I've probably played more Uncharted than you have, so...
True.
Let's not get into that.
No.
But my point is that, it does some cool things, but what the main core stuff that it does is done much better in other games.
Yeah.
And I think that, for some people, isn't going to be enough to want to go get it.
Sour note.
It is. I'm sorry, but that's how I feel.
Oh, that's important. It is. I can totally respect that.
I'm sure it's going to get fine reviews. I'm sure it does great, amazing things, but hey,
I have to say, I thought it was interesting as a core concept, but I think this is where you and me look at games differently. You look at sort of gameplay mechanic. You look at...
No, I think the concept... Yeah, I look at concepts too, and I think, great concept, but, most of the time I think, great concept, but poorly executed. Yeah. And that's pretty much what I think with this.
Yeah. Okay. I can respect that. Okay. I probably had more fun with it than you, but like I said, I'm not going to go out and buy
exactly.
It
didn't make you think, oh my god, I have to own this game. It's not a journey for you or anything, is it?
No.
Well, there you go.
No, which I played again, actually.
Did you?
I did.
Did you manage to finish it quicker?
A little bit.
Okay. Less waiting around for other people, I suppose. Okay. Yeah. So other than I Am Alive, I've been playing Gears 3, and I know I've been mentioning this for the last few weeks, and last week it was because 3D monitor and all that bullshit. But this week's for a different reason. I downloaded the season pass, and the 3 downloadable DLC packs that have come out so far. There's another one, a 4th one, which is Forces of Nature, which comes out in a couple of weeks' time. But obviously included that is the extra campaign stuff, the Realm Shadow thing.
Yeah.
So I played the prequel to Gears, and so I played a little bit of that. It's alright. It's cool. I haven't really sort of.
It's alright.
I've not played. Obviously, there's like kind of two sides to it. You play these certain characters from the first game who are in it. Obviously, it's a prequel.
Yeah.
You get to play some new characters. You actually get to play as Rom, so you get to kind of play as the bad guy side of it, the Locust side of it, which is kind of cool. Haven't got to any of that yet, but it's kind of a cool idea, like that they're throwing in that little bit of extra campaign. It's like a 2.5, 3 hour thing, depending on what difficulty you play it at. But I'm kind of hoping I'll get that finished before next week's show and maybe talk a bit more about it then. But that's kind of what I'm playing at the moment. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and the next DLC pack that comes out as well.
Cool. Yeah. What's in the next DLC?
There's all sorts. There's extra characters. There's more maps. There's a new weapon apparently they're thrown in there. So that's kind of cool. So yeah,
cool beans.
All good stuff. Well, that's pretty much the first segment.
Yeah.
We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about this week's news.
Welcome back to part 2 of the Games4all podcast. This is the segment of the show where we talk about this week's news, or the news that's caught our eye. But before we go on to our major headlines, we just want to quickly talk about something that happened to us, or more to you.
Yeah,
something you experienced, and many people experienced.
Yeah, Xbox has had some issues, mainly with achievements. It's kind of a bit of a bug in the system where if you earn an achievement, it would reset your score. Apart from the achievement you just earned. So it's kind of funny. I was online yesterday. Wednesday we were recording the show, but yesterday being Tuesday, I was playing some Gears, and I got a message from Aaron from UGN, who we'll talk about in a minute, saying his gamer score's all fucked up. So I went to check his gamer score, and it was 25. He'd been playing Mass Effect, playing some of the multiplayer, and he'd unlocked an achievement for 24 gamer score, and it basically reset his gamer score, and it just showed this one achievement he had. And so I was like, oh shit, I better check mine, because I've been online, I better check mine, and yeah, mine was all fucked up. So I was like, Gears of War 3, 0 achievements. And it only showed that I'd played like 10 games, like the last 10 games. So like, no Gears 2 achievements, no Gears 3, nothing, none of like the games I've played in the last, however long. And so I was like, oh shit. And my fiance had the same problem as well. So, and the weird thing was, if you checked each other's profiles out and like compared games, everything was normal. So we haven't had word from Microsoft exactly what caused it. They were pretty quick on the case, and it was kind of all over Twitter as well about what was going on.
You texted me. I was at work at the time. You texted me in the afternoon saying about it, and by the time I got home in the evening,
they'd fixed it within a couple of hours, I think. It was kind of funny because I was trying to go on forums to find out what was going on. Sure enough, I went on Twitter and it was all over there. So everyone was complaining about it, and but it was soon fixed. And I think a lot of people, the solution for it was to recover your gamer tag back to your Xbox, and everything was back to normal. I think everyone's kind of saying there's a possibility it ties into what they're doing with the arcade titles now. They're kind of doubling the achievements for it. It's going from 200 to 400, and then if you get DLC packs and stuff, it can only go up to like 800. I don't know. They're doing a lot of stuff on their servers as far as achievements go and stuff. So they could have just done something a bit stupid, hit a wrong button or something, and screwed people over. But at least it's not a permanent thing, and it's been fixed. So
yeah.
And Aaron was a little bit concerned, as was I, and but it got sorted out, so that's good.
Okay. So you didn't die a little inside?
No.
I think Aaron might have.
So anyway, let's carry on with the news that we've got here. So.
Yeah. Michelle, headline us.
Okay, the first headline: things not looking so great for Game.
No.
Here's a follow-on story from a few weeks ago. A few weeks ago.
Yeah. Basically, it all kicked off last week. They started the spring clear out, which is basically a fire sale, offering games. Granted, not very good games, but for about like 27p. Some games. And it then extended to hardware as well. You could pick up like Xbox consoles for like 70 quid and various all sorts of like really, really cheap and really kind of getting rid of anything. Then there was a leaked internal document to senior members of staff from the CEO saying that if their numbers didn't improve within 2 weeks, they were looking at administration. And
he's gone from bad to shit to...
Yeah. Then they contacted a financial advisor in order to help them find a buyer. Someone to buy them out.
They really should have got that financial advice a long time ago.
Yeah.
Personally.
Yeah. I mean, we talked about sort of EA stopping giving them games and Nintendo. That then sort of stretched to Sony and Capcom and pretty much everything.
There's no way out of this for them. I think they are pretty much screwed.
Yeah.
And I think anything they do to try and get themselves out is going to get them deeper in.
Yeah, I mean, a story did come out that they would be selling Twisted Metal, but that's probably the only new release that they would be getting.
So, if anyone shops at Game in the UK here,
spend your loyalty points while you can.
Yeah, it won't be for long.
No.
I'm sure, like I was saying to you earlier actually about this, I'm sure they'll probably keep the online side of it, because once they've shut down the stores and that, they probably save themselves the money to kind of build an online presence. Maybe.
But you see, this isn't just affecting the UK. This is all over Europe. This is in Australia as well.
Right, okay, geez.
So, Op Capita, who owns the British chain Comet, which is like a big electrical thing, they've apparently made an offer.
Right.
And with that offer, they're going to clear all their debts and everything. Hopefully, get them back in the water, because I think they realise without sort of Game and Game Station, there's going to be no high street games retailers.
Yeah.
So
yeah, pretty much.
If they could fix that and get that working and maybe rejig it a bit so that it does work.
Yeah.
And make better financial decisions.
Well, it kind of, they could buy the company pretty cheap, I think.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes.
It's a fixer-upper.
Yeah,
but,
it needs a lot of work doing, but hey, I'm sure there's money to be made there. Yeah. Okay, next story.
Okay, Crytek's next FPS revealed.
Well, say revealed, sort of more details given, because
you're
convinced that you've heard of this
I'm sure
before.
I've heard of this, but hey, I mean, it could just be me thinking something else. But
well, it's got an epic name called Warface.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I saw a trailer for it. It's sort of a class-based modern-day shooter. So I think sort of Team Fortress 2 meets Modern Warfare 3 with a bit of Crisis 2.
Yeah, this sounds... Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But one of the big details that's come through it I found fairly interesting is they've got the co-op missions, and they're going to be releasing new daily co-op missions, which will be randomly generated.
Yeah, that sounds kind of...
And sort of team-based and focus on various elements of working together as a team, with like sort of epic fights, whether it's against like waves and waves of squad or like epic boss mech
It's
things.
coming from Crytek, it's probably going to be kind of... It's it's hard to call it, you know?
Yeah.
It could be amazing, or it could be a complete fail.
At the minute, it's PC only, I think.
Yeah, okay.
But it's free to play, so you know.
Apparently, they're making another announcement next month about another game that's coming out or something.
Yeah, a pretty big game.
Yeah, apparently.
Probably much bigger than Warface.
Probably Crisis 3. I would have thought. They're working on a lot of stuff. You know, Homefront 2, Rise, the Kinect.
Yeah.
Stuff. So,
Shindig.
yeah, so I mean, they're working on a lot of stuff. So it'd be interesting to see what they're going to do next. But I'm pretty sure Crisis 3 is on the cards. Yeah, it sounds alright. I mean, it could go either way. Crytek usually, I mean, graphically it's probably going to be unbelievable, but we'll see.
Yeah, like I said, there is a trailer out there. I don't know how much of it is in game and how much of it is sort of touched up in CG.
Yeah,
but,
there is that.
You know, if it's, we know what the Quarry engine can do. We know how good it looks, and from what I saw of the trailer, it's not beyond the realms of possibility. They might have retouched and rejigged the lighting a bit for the trailer, but
well, if it's PC only at this point, who knows what they could be running it on? It could be for feature tech. So yeah. Okay.
So anyway, next story, Michelle.
Yes.
You're up.
Next story: Mass Effect 3 ships 3.5 million copies.
You see, I thought this was big enough to put in there. I keep making excuses to put Mass Effect 3 games in there, but
this is first week sales. Yeah,
this is first week sales.
Cool.
In its first 24 hours in the States, it shipped 890,000 copies.
That's pretty impressive.
And you think like $60 a game, that's $54.4 million, or roughly £35.6 million. So
there's going to be a Mass Effect 4.
Well,
pretty sure EA will see to that.
Yeah, they'll see to it, but it probably won't follow. I don't.
Yeah, I get with that. The third one wraps up certain things. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and from what I hear, kind of wraps them up beyond.
Yeah.
So where it can go. So we'll have to see.
Yeah.
We'll have to see.
Okay.
I mean,
that's pretty cool. I mean, I think the last story we had like this was it Gears 3 selling 3 million in its first week? So,
yeah.
I mean, this is multi-platform, so that's really impressive numbers.
Yeah, I mean, they said it had the pre-order numbers for it were much higher, much higher than the second one. And people who purchased the day one DLC was 40% of total sales, and that's pretty high. That's
so they
like
probably made a
highest.
lot of money from DLC, right?
Yeah, that's like the highest sort of rate there.
Fucking hell. Crazy times.
But I got the collector's edition, so I got the DLC with it. So.
Right, go you. Didn't get it from Game though, did you?
No.
So the next story is...
Next story, no beta for Halo 4.
Oh dear.
Interesting one. See, it's kind of... Well, no, we say not, but this is kind of one that is...
It's traditional with
Halo 3, Halo ODST, ADHD, Halo OCD,
Reach.
Yeah, Reach. All had betas, all had kind of like tied into pre-ordering other games to get early access to the betas and everything.
Yeah.
And
we all got Crackdown and played Halo 3 and we're like, yeah, let's play Crackdown.
Yeah, I enjoy Crackdown.
So did I.
Yeah. You see, that more than made up for the being subjected to Halo 3. But no, 343 and Microsoft have both confirmed that they're going to go through rigorous testing of both the code and the gameplay and balancing and everything.
Yeah.
And
this is basically, they don't want to unveil anything until it's ready to go. I think. They don't want to give a beta code to anybody to kind of rip apart, and I guess they just don't. Maybe they're doing something where it's kind of cool, and they don't want to show that off.
Yeah.
Maybe they're keeping a bit stum.
It's sort of supposedly, as well as a sequel, it's sort of like a semi-reboot and reimagining of the franchise. So if they're going to be doing so much new with
So they
it.
probably do a lot of things to piss people off.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want to piss them off before they actually buy it.
Yeah, you see, so not giving them a beta is kind of like setting them in the right direction. Like, yeah, you're going to be pissed off, so let's get it done early, and yeah, you're not playing it early.
Yeah, the thing is, the beta is always multiplayer, so it's kind of like, you know,
For the douches.
I'm pretty sure they're going to tack on the same multiplayer.
Yeah.
So there's no real need for the beta.
No.
You got this multiplayer. You got it. You bought it like 3 times already. Come on.
Yeah.
It's there. Anyway. Next story.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, update about Steambox.
Yeah, it's not happening.
See, I like the fact that we got the name for Steambox and everything. I fucking love that. I want to make the Steambox. I have no idea how to do that, but
yeah.
Okay.
Valve marketing director Doug Lombardi, awesome name.
Kind of.
I have to say,
Yeah,
Lombardi, awesome.
Okay.
He's quashed rumours about it. He said, you know, we're not showing anything at GDC or E3. Whether that means anything hardware-wise or game-wise, because, you know, they are notorious for taking ages to develop games.
True.
Unless it's
I mean,
Left 4 Dead. And
then they just
churn them out like little...
Just put new skins on stuff. There you go, done. You know, here's the thing, though. You can't... We've mentioned this story like 2-3 weeks in a row now. I kind of want to stop talking about it, really, but... in some ways it's good because this...
No, we can stop talking about it.
Sort of, but then the thing is, you got to wonder, are they just saying, no, definitely not? Because they are working on it? That's what some people do, and that pisses me off, because it's like, they'll deny shit until they're ready to show it off to people, because they don't want to get people's hopes up too much, so they're really sure whether they want to show it off or not. But, yeah, you know, it's a nice idea. Maybe they are working on it. Maybe they just don't think it's going to be ready this year to show to anyone, or they don't intend to show it to anyone. Whether or not they'll be showing anything, game-wise, yeah, probably not. Unless Left 4 Dead 3 is coming out. I don't know if I get...
Well, you can bet your ass that Half-Life 3 won't make an
Yeah, exactly. Oh, no, let's not joke.
No. Michelle, do you have any opinions?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. All right, so that's the... that's the news. Yeah, you know, Valve... You know, if there's a company that's, you know, a game developer... who I'd pick to make some hardware, it probably would be them.
Yeah.
Because they've dabbled in the console and PC market and all that kind of stuff, and, you know, they're reaching in that, so, you know, I'd be interested to see what they would do with it. Punch the mic. And, but, you know...
I don't think they do that.
You'd be interested to see what they do as far as hardware goes, but I think it's too much of a risk, and I don't think people are ready for it yet. They're kind of... I don't know.
In the end, Valve are known for being very sort of careful and methodical. They don't rush stuff. That's one of the things I like about them.
I think they've thought about it. I think they've, you know, maybe developed something and thought this is a nice idea, but we're gonna wait till the market's right for this.
Yeah. And
if it never is, then we'll never release it. You know, so we'll just see what happens.
I mean, the whole thing about Valve is they take forever to release anything.
Exactly.
And, you know, that's simply because they want to get it right. And have they really steered us wrong so far, apart from Left 4 Dead 2? But, you know, that was Left 4 Dead, so it's still a good game.
Yeah.
But,
I still played Left 4 Dead 2, it sucked, but anyway, whatever. Still played it. Anyway.
Yeah, but, you know, if they are working on it, I would hope that they would take their time to make sure that when said hardware does, or if it does get released, it's the best it can be.
Indeed.
And that's what we'd expect from Valve.
Indeed it is.
Anyway, on that note, I think that is it for the news and for this segment. So join us in part 3, where we'll be talking about the UK sales chart and this week's releases.
Welcome back to the Games4all podcast. We're about to talk about this week's releases, but first it's over to Michelle with the UK sales chart.
Yes, can I start at number 9?
No, you can't. Come on. Impartial.
Okay. At number 10, it's Zumba Fitness.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Exactly. At number 9, it's Assassin's Creed Revelations. At number 8, it's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. At number 7,
it's your second favourite game.
Mario and Sonic at the London 2012 Olympic Games. At number 6, it's The Sims 3 Showtime. At number 5, it's Mario Party 9. At number 4, it's FIFA 12. At number 3, it's Street Fighter...
Ex-Tekken,
sorry. At number 2, it's SSX, and at number 1, it's Mass Effect 3.
Was it surprising, really? But
Well,
for
but
all these
we
people,
did have a story saying that it sold 3.5 million copies. So
yeah, I know. And
yeah,
I was thinking, people would have expected EA's other big release, The Sims 3 Showtime, to top
true,
that.
that is.
It's surprising that it's entered so low
What do you
in
mean?
the chart.
What do you mean though? That's not even funny because SSX is
Yeah,
EA property. That's the number 2. They've
I
got
know,
some,
but that came out. That came out.
Yeah, I'm just
the
saying.
week before.
I'd like to see the difference in sales actually for this week, like the actual figures, because obviously 3.5 million at the top there. What has SSX sold in the last week? Being as it's been out for a week or two already, and then you got Street Fighter X Tekken, which just came out, and I'm surprised to see it free. Actually, to be honest with you,
Yeah, I would have thought.
kind of a little bit surprised because. Yeah, it's come out at a time when there isn't really much coming out. Mass Effect 3 came out. That's obviously the biggest game. I don't know. It's quite high up. Didn't think it would be.
Yeah.
There you go.
2D fighters have sort of seen a resurgence recently.
True. I just think there's too many of them now. It's
Yeah.
getting a little silly.
And Street Fighter in most of them.
I think Capcom milk it too much, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean, they're bringing out another version of Marvel vs. Capcom. I think.
Awesome.
Mm.
To go with their 2 or 3 versions of Dead Rising 2 and many
they can't
iterations
just bring
of
out,
Street
They
Fighter.
can't bring out just one version, you know what I'm saying? So,
No.
yeah, there'll be another version of this, I'm sure.
And then you'll have to pay for the costumes and
So anyway, no, it's kind of cool. All right, well, Zumba Fitness, really.
Yeah, what the
I mean,
fuck are
I
people
don't
doing?
really understand why that's got gone up 4 places to number 10. It's back in the top 10.
guilt.
I don't know, but hey, whatever. Let's just pretend that never happened and talk about this week's releases.
This week's releases we have on PS3 Yakuza Dead Souls. It's a kind of twist on the Yakuza franchise.
It's the zombie
which is
thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
It's basically the sort of Japanese Yakuza mafia gameplay with zombies.
This is a separate title. This isn't DLC, is it? Or-
No, this is a full-blown title.
Really? Oh,
Retail release.
didn't see that coming.
No,
I thought this was like an add-on for like.
no,
Okay.
no. This is
Actual
this
game.
Is, this is an actual
Okay,
game.
we're doing that then. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. Well, zombies are everywhere,
Yeah, no, I'm just saying.
And then we have FIFA Street on 360 and PS3. Yet another FIFA
Which will
game.
actually probably chart fairly high next week.
I imagine so.
EA, Hanson, they're going to be dominating that chart.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
'Cause we had the other FIFA game in there the other week, didn't we?
Yeah, pretty much. So I want to thank everybody for downloading and listening to the show this week and subscribing. Please check out our awesome friends over at the Underground Geek Network. They just put out their latest episode, which seems like 28 or something now. Getting along there good. And
They are indeed awesome.
Yeah, and they talk a bit about Mass Effect 3 as you'd expect this week and various other things as well.
It's catching.
It is, yeah, it is indeed. So please check them out, undergroundgeeknetwork.com. Our very good friends over there. We're hoping to have them on sometime very soon. And
We've not got long, really.
yeah, I haven't got long at all. No, not at all. So yeah, undergroundgeeknetwork.com and at UGeekNetwork if you want to find them on Twitter. The U is a letter.
Yeah,
So I'm constantly told.
yeah.
So yeah, check them out. Great show every 2 weeks about everything geeky.
But, if you want to follow us, you can always visit.
Yeah, Games4all.podcast.com. It's our website. It has everything we've done. It's a kind of a hub of everything Games for All. All the audio episodes are on there. All the videos we've done are on there. All the extra stuff, little bits and bobs. You've got your blog on there. I'm sure you haven't updated that for a while. But,
No.
everything we've done pretty much culminates into Games4allpodcast.com. Podcast at Games4allpodcast.com if you want to email us. Not that we check it that often, but yeah, he's hoping one day we'll get some emails from somebody other than Dr. Chang.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think we've probably got a backlog of Dr. Chang. He
Yeah.
really wants us to have our money.
He's just waiting for us. So anyway.
But there are also links on there to our Facebook page and our Twitter.
Facebook.com/Games4all podcast and Twitter is at Games4all.
And that's all. And with all of those, the 4 is
Therefore
indeed
is
a
most
number.
definitely a number, indeed it is. So thank you once again for downloading, listening, subscribing. We'll be back next week with episode 95. Until then, have a great weekend and enjoy playing Mass Effect, because probably most of our listeners will be.
Yeah.
So yeah, and hopefully not some more fitness.
No.
Okay. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Give me some sugar.
For more episodes of the Games4all podcast, check out our website www.games4allpodcast.com.
You can also follow us at twitter.com/Games4all, or check us out on Facebook at facebook.com/Games4all podcast.
The Games4all podcast is brought to you in association with HostGator. For all your web host needs, check out hostgator.com.